Footage shows the incident that led to the arrest of Dallas native and Olympian sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson.
TMZ obtained some surveillance footage of the incident, which happened late last month.
I assault him. I didn't do anything wrong, but the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, show something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
So Sha'Carri Richardson didn't just get suspended, she got erased from Team USA in a single email. No warning, no sympathy, just, you're done. And the reason? A leaked, uncut video that shows exactly what happened with her boyfriend at the airport, and why the league says this is the final straw. But now people are wondering, who is lying, Sha'Carri or her boyfriend Christian?
Like in the video, they are in the middle of an airport and he is visibly trying to walk away, and she's like pushing him and like hitting him in the middle of a fucking airport in broad daylight. Like, as someone that's quite literally afraid to even record myself in public.
So, as y'all know, Sha'Carri Richardson recently got arrested for allegedly putting her hands on her boyfriend while they were trying to catch a flight at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Now, she probably thought the whole thing would just blow over after the media attention died down. But boy, was she wrong, because she just got the shock of her life, getting kicked off Team USA. And this time, it's not just a slap on the wrist. It's a full-blown cancellation, one that could ruin everything she has ever worked for in her life. Sha'Carri got the news through her agent, who simply forwarded the email from the USATF saying she was being granted an indefinite leave. In track and field terms, that's as good as getting a sack letter. No athlete comes back from an indefinite leave to the same career they had before. What really made it hit home for her wasn't the email itself, it was the tone of it. Director, no sympathy, no fluff, just straight up, you're hereby placed on a leave to take effect immediately. For Sha'Carri, that hit home. It wasn't just that she was being told to sit at home until the media frenzy died down. It was that the league had had enough of her, and they were making it clear that this was the final straw. But here's the thing, this recent airport arrest, it wasn't Sha'Carri's first time playing too close to the edge. She has a long list of prior transgressions that nearly cost her her career, and looking back, it seems almost inevitable that she would end up getting kicked out for good. As y'all probably know, this isn't Sha'Carri's first rodeo with the league's disciplinary committee. Back in 2020, she got suspended from the Tokyo Olympics after testing positive for THC metabolites, a telltale sign of cannabis use. Next thing she knew, she was getting an email from the US Anti-Doping Agency telling her she had to submit to a counseling program. But it didn't end there. She was also slammed with a 1-month suspension, resulting in her missing Olympic 100 meters. And just when she thought the worst was over, she realized she had also been kicked out of the women's 4x100 relay. At the time, there was uproar over the severity of the punishment Sha'Carri was given, especially because compared to other drugs, cannabis is pretty mild. It's been legalized almost everywhere. However, the organization made it clear that the punishment was very much justified because Sha'Carri's behavior was indicative of something even deeper. There had already been complaints from teammates about her behavior in training. Coaches had issues with her lack of respect for authority. Things like that aren't just one-off issues. They paint a pattern. So it explains why none of her teammates in the women's category have jumped to her defense since this saga started. No statements, not even a tweet or an IG story. Just silence. And that silence, it says everything you need to know about how they feel. But here's the real question. Why has nobody ever exposed Sha'Carri before now? How did she manage to fool everybody into covering up for her? See, this is where it gets interesting. Sha'Carri's arrest was only the beginning of what turned out to be a very weird story. The first thing that tipped fans off that there was something weird going on, there was the fact that just a few days after the arrest, Sha'Carri's boyfriend Christian Coleman came out in her defense, saying she didn't need to be arrested. For those who don't know, the whole reason she got arrested in the first place was that she was caught getting physical with him in public. So, the fact that the same boyfriend was coming out to support her just days after the arrest, that sent red flags flying sky high. In the video, you can clearly see Christian went on about how Sha'Carri wasn't really at fault. It was just a bad situation they found themselves in. Coming from the victim in this scenario, that's bad enough, but it's his body language that really gave it away. He's fidgety, eyes are shifty, he seems uncomfortable about the questions, and he can barely even look into the camera.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have like things that she need to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at like situations like this to just like, you know, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation. And like,
The moment the video hit Twitter, it exploded. People started pointing out just how shady the whole thing looked. This user put it best: "I think this is a great example of a DV victim defending and justifying his abuser's behavior. DV should never be tolerated in any circumstances." Now, what makes this even more interesting is that at this point, there were still many people defending Sha'Carri and even blaming Christian somehow. However, all those defenses flew out of the window the moment this next video dropped, because it confirmed what everybody feared, but only few were able to say out loud. But before we get into that, it's important to remember that Sha'Carri had lied about her role in the whole altercation to begin with. At first, she acted like the whole thing was just a big misunderstanding, like it was just a regular boyfriend-girlfriend dispute that got too heated. But that was when the only thing people had to go on was a short clip from the moment when she arrested. It all started to make a little more sense when police released the full 15-minute video of the arrest, and it shows exactly how it all went down. For starters, you can immediately tell that Sha'Carri was super heated during the argument. At first, she acted all pleasant and like there was nothing wrong.
Yes, I do. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. I do have my ID. Yeah, but I would definitely leave him alone. There's nothing that I want to do with him anymore. Like I said, it was a relationship thing. I need to get my stuff out of his bag.
Are you guys on the same flight? Or?
We are later on in the day, because our flight ended up getting delayed. We supposed to be leaving around this time of day, but the flight got canceled, so the flight doesn't leave until 10 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't mind, can I step over here so I can show my ID?
That's fine.
Awesome, thank you.
But the moment she realized she was going to get arrested, she switched up, fast. And you can see it all in this clip. She went from smiling to the cops to calling Christian names. She called him a coward, ordered him to tell the police that she didn't do anything, and even claimed that she didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, I do. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. I do have my ID. Yeah, but I would definitely leave him alone. There's nothing that I want to do with him anymore. Like I said, it was a relationship thing. I need to get my stuff out of his bag.
Are you guys on the same flight? Or?
We are later on in the day, because our flight ended up getting delayed. We supposed to be leaving around this time of day, but the flight got canceled, so the flight doesn't leave until 10 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't mind, can I step over here so I can show my ID?
That's fine.
Awesome, thank you. Hi, Sissy. So you hear me, right? So this is the position that Christian Coleman puts me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. The argument, pretty much, he's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar, and that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet you do your thing, but you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right, I don't have to give it to you because it's in my possession. But when it came to the point that I saw that he chose to make it more about the police and things of that nature, that showed that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem,
So
and walking up to you guys.
It's not legal to argue.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Was there any type of physical assault?
No, I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with anything.
Like that?
As if that wasn't bad enough, Sha'Carri went full victim mode and claimed that Christian hit her first. And get this, she said he should be the one to get arrested. Why? Well, he's the man. Never mind that she was the one putting her hands on him.
Christian, are you serious right now? Christian.
Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand, we were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera. But at the same time, what he has on camera, when I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will. Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on
Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay. Okay. I will never fucking shoot again.
Fast forward a few days, and TMZ finally got a hold of the CCTV footage that showed the supposed fight between Sha'Carri and Christian. And finally, everything started adding up. Sha'Carri's panic when she realized she was going to jail, the defensiveness, everything. It had guilty written all over it. Because from this TMZ clip, you can see clear as day how Sha'Carri shoved her boyfriend, put her hands on him, and got all up in his personal space. And Christian, he didn't even lift a finger the entire time. If anything, it seemed like he was trying to get away from her. But the more he tried to escape, the more aggressive she got. This video didn't just paint Sha'Carri as a liar, it also exposed her manipulative behavior. Because if the whole thing wasn't caught on tape, she would have gotten away with trying to paint Christian as the aggressor. She didn't hesitate to throw him under the bus when she was getting arrested. And when her lies finally got exposed, silence from her supporters. It was like they knew that there was nowhere left for them to hide because the truth had exposed all. The only thing left for Sha'Carri to do was come out, own up, and face the consequences of her actions. And when she finally decided to put out a statement, it wasn't at all what fans were expecting. In fact, it only made things look worse for her. Sha'Carri's apology video went viral the moment it hit the internet. But it wasn't because of what she said, it was because of how she said it. In the clip, Sha'Carri talked about taking accountability, doing a lot of self-reflection, trying to get forgiveness from the people she hurt, especially her boyfriend. But while her mouth was saying one thing, her body was saying a whole different thing. Fans who watched the clip believed Sha'Carri was just reading an apology written by someone on her PR team. You see her smiling, acting like she's just doing a story time on IG Live, rather than responding to something as serious as DV. I mean, it's hard not to come to the same conclusion after watching this section of the video.
Y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart, in my spirit, and not allowing this moment.
But that's not all. Sha'Carri didn't just stop at the video. She added a little IG story addressed specifically to her boyfriend, Christian. She said, "I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love from what I've experienced in my past. Due to my past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it." Then she added, "I love him, and to him, I can't apologize enough. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions. Honestly, louder. To Christian, I love you, and I am so sorry." But just like the earlier apology video, fans weren't buying what they called the fake remorse. It seemed too clean, too rehearsed, almost like she was just doing all that to get the media off her back. There comes a point, she already had a bad attitude, got caught with now you assaulting a man in public. Time to pack her up. If it was the other way around, Christian would lose everything. Another person straight up tagged Sha'Carri's sponsors, asking them to cut her off. "I don't like her apology at all. She doesn't seem sincere, and she's smiling way too much. Nike, Sprite, and Hyperis, hold her accountable and terminate her brand deals." Speaking of sponsors, the silence from them is deafening. Sha'Carri had multiple lucrative brand deals before this mess. And now, insiders say she might be on the verge of losing them all. Big brands like Nike don't play about their image. They're quick to drop athletes who don't maintain that family-friendly spick and span appearance. And Sha'Carri? She just might have crossed the line this time, because while there haven't been any official announcements, Sha'Carri's phone lines are blowing up from brand reps calling to ask if she can still fulfill her contractual obligations. In the meantime, new contracts have been shelved indefinitely. Lawyers are being contacted on both ends of the table. Sha'Carri is watching everything she has worked for slip out of her hands. And now, she's silent. No posts, no statements, no defiance. The same woman who once sprinted through every scandal with her chin up is standing still. If this suspension sticks, she's not just off the team, she's out of the race.